Some people have this, they have the mentality that, oh, Africa is jungle. Coming to Africa is not safe. No, we've been seeing some war torn, we've seen this and that, horrible stuff about Africa. So whenever they start to talk to me that they want to explore Africa or Ghana to be precisely, they say, can you convince us? And I say, listen, in this world that we live, we have good people, we have bad people. You live in the US, you live in Germany, you have nice people, you have bad people. Africa is not one country. Africa is a continent having multiple counties. There are some of the countries that are having challenges. There has been some unrest or instabilities over there. But that does not mean the whole total continent is having that challenge. So you have been learning from some media. I think that is not enough. We have what we call seeing is believing. So why don't you travel for the first time to explore?
Everyone, thank you all so much for tuning into another episode of TAPTV. And I can tell you, this episode is super duper special. We love all of our guests, but today we are traveling on a plane across waters, across continents, all the way to the beautiful country of Ghana. This is our first international interview. Yay! So you guys are part of us making history. You can continue to make history with us by joining the TAP movement. What is TAP, you ask? So glad you did. We are the Abolitionist Pledge. You can go to our website, which is going to be linked below, and join the pledge. It's free to join, but we know that this is a life and legacy of work of freeing our people, freeing our community for the greater good. So be sure to take the pledge. Also, if you have a business or an organization that you feel comes into alignment with what we believe about our people and our excellence, you could be interviewed by us, actually. So also on the link below, you can reach out to us. We would love to interview you, or we have a store, guys. Yes, if you have a product that you are trying to get out and trying to get in front of viewers from all across the world, even in Ghana, then we are the platform for you. So be sure to go to our website, linked below, and join a part of this amazing, amazing movement. So I'm not gonna keep talking because I could talk continually about how great TAP and the TAP family is, but without further ado, we're gonna get this started. Dr. Sir, how are you? Welcome.
Lady A, what's going on? How you doing? It's good to see you again. How things going?
Things are going great, very, very fast, but I like fast, so I'm good. Things are going great and fast. I definitely wanted you to introduce yourself to our new viewers before we get into our brand new guest for today.
Of course. So welcome everyone. How are you all doing? Thank you for joining us. And myself and Lady A, we're your host, and we just love that you took out the time to hang out with us today. So we don't want to hold up this conversation. Lady A, ready to jump into it?
Let's hop into it. Without further ado, we have, again, our very first international guest on today's show, Baba Muhammad. Welcome. How are you today, sir?
Thank you so much. Thank you, Lady A. Thank you. I'm so happy to meet you guys. I tried to say something in the local dialects called the P, which says Medase, thank you. I'm Baba Muhammad, a tour guide in my own company called BA Tours Ghana. And I have been working all the way from 2010 up to date. And with 2010, I would say from 2010 to 2013, I was doing what we call internship. Was trying to do things, sampling things to know how things go, cut across. Because as being a tour guide, you need to be a person that can adapt yourself to so many cultures.
Right.
And with this cultural aspect of it, it was very challenging. And for instance, on my first assignment, I had 5 ladies from the US. And these 5 ladies came in, and in my culture, being fat is a compliment. Oh, lady A, you look fat. It's a compliment. And I have no idea. And I saw one of them and I said, oh, hey, you look fat. And that day was so terrible for me.
And you lived to tell the story. Oh my.
So I was like, everyone was so mean. Oh. So the next day, where one came to me and said, hey, no, when you say someone is fat, it's like something that is very bad. So with due respect, never do that. And I said, oh, okay, all right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to learn each passing day to make sure that I adapt myself to cultural lives across the globe. So I was okay, comfortable with everyone, and we left. So in moving, I was like, okay, what should I do? I don't want to do anything that will be culturally not sensitive to people. Right. So I meet people. The first thing I do is, please, because we live in 2 different cultural backgrounds, kindly feel relaxed and tell me if I do anything that is not accepted in your culture. Because in my culture over here, if you are giving something to an elderly person and you give it by your left hand, it means you are rude. So I don't want to be doing those things and that. So gradually, it's going to be a whole lot of work. I keep on trying to be so humble in a way that I can adapt to people's culture. So I think for now, I'm okay with the cultural aspect, making sure that I don't do anything silly to people. So as a tour guide, as I have just given something small, I was in the high school, went to the high school, and by our culture, it's your parents that take care of you. I got to the college, and at the college too, I was with my stepbrother in the college. My mother is not married to my dad. So it's my stepbrother whose mom is married to my dad. So he happens to, I would say he's having a lawyer. I don't have any attorney. He is having an attorney if there's anything to defend. So in the course of it, we went to a college called the Catholic University College of Ghana, and in Fiapre, Ghana. And as we keep going, we were in the same room as in terms of accommodation. As we are in the accommodation room, my brother was having his girlfriend. The girlfriend keeps coming to our room each passing day. So he was like, hey, my brother, I need to rent a place so that I can have time with my girlfriend. And he went straight to his mom and said, anytime he will come to the room, I'll be with my girlfriend. That was other way around. So his mom gave him money to rent a different place. As he rented that place, he left. So the mom went straight to tell my dad that, oh, you see your son, every day I talk to you about him. He, instead for him to learn, he's just moving around with the girlfriend, this and that. So unfortunately, my dad came straight to where I was living. And that time when he came, he was so upset with me. He was so upset with me to the point that he said, no, I'm just financing your education. And you are here with, he did not even allow me to talk this and that. He said, no, I'm done taking care of you.
So it sounds like you ended up in a position where you had to make some fast decisions. Is that when you realized that you needed to start your touring company?
That's correct. Because
Okay.
I dropped out from school.
Hmm.
So no one to support. And my mom is just a farmer. And as a farmer, it's not a big skill, just a small skill to feed herself and just little that can be sold out. So she was not getting that funds to support me. So I have to drop out from school. So all my colleagues were having the education here and there. And I was like, so now I was in the college. I'm supposed to graduate on the 4th year. So now I was going to the 3rd year that I was dropped out. So what I was taught, why don't I apply them? Why don't I apply them? So I came straight and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to sit. I have to do my best, put myself together here and there so that I can proceed. So I went around doing a couple of works here and there. And I was like, no, I need to visit my uncle in the capital city of Ghana, Accra. So I went to visit my uncle over there. I did not meet him. I went to his store and there was a guy who was there. So as I sat there, I saw 2 white ladies that came to the shop to buy some stuff. And they were arguing with the guy over there. In arguing, it was something troubling. And it was like, I just approached them and I said to them, what is the problem? They said, oh no, we have been buying this. For instance, we have been buying this for like one USD, but he wants to give us like 10 USD. So I checked it and they were correct. And I just heard them. And the guy said he was not ripping them off, but in terms of explaining himself was difficult for him. So things were like, oh, okay. So they say, thank you, my friend. These 2 white ladies, American ladies, say, oh, thank you, our friend. And they left. The next day, they came and they said, hey, our friend, thank you for yesterday. You did really save us. And they went.
So technically, these are your first touring clients, technically, because you were able to hop in and help them. Well, listen, I have so many questions, but I don't want to overtake from my partner here, Dr. Sir. I know he's also got some good questions for you. Did you want to hop in?
I did. Man, I enjoy the stories because I know that's a part of our culture and really being able to explain the experience. One of the questions I have, Baba Muhammad, is how challenging is it to show the beauty of Ghana to so many individuals who have this Western view of what Africa and what Ghana is?
Honestly, some people have this, they have the mentality that, oh, Africa is jungle. Coming to Africa is not safe. No, we've been seeing some war torn, we've seen this and that, horrible stuff about Africa. So whenever they start to talk to me that they want to explore Africa or Ghana to be precisely, they say, can you convince us? And I say, listen, in this world that we live, we have good people, we have bad people. You live in the US, you live in Germany, you have nice people, you have bad people. Africa is not one country. Africa is a continent having multiple counties. There are some of the countries that are having challenges. There has been some unrest or instabilities over there. But that does not mean the whole total continent is having that challenge. Right. So you have been learning from some media. I think that is not enough. We have what we call seeing is believing. So why don't you travel for the first time to explore
International technical difficulties. I believe he'll be back in just a second. Baba, can you hear us? And I feel like he's going to be back on in just a second. And while he's on, Dr. Sir, you and I, we are quite committed, obviously, to the Abolitionist Pledge. And for us, that includes people of color, melanated people, Black people specifically, from all over the world. And we casually say that, but the official word for that is the diaspora, right? Descendants of previously enslaved people, right? Across the Caribbean, South America, North America, we really are a global entity. In fact, we are actually the majority, the global majority, although in this country, it feels very much so minority. We are the global majority. So I know for you, you're planning on going to Ghana, which is, again, you would be returning back, right? As a member of the diaspora, you would be returning back home, or at least an aspect, I'd like to say a room in the house, right? Because the continent of Africa is so big, actually the biggest continent in the world. You're returning back to one of the rooms in the house. How do you feel as a member of the diaspora? How do you feel about that return that's upcoming for you?
I'm telling you, I feel anxious, excited. I mean, it's almost like going home, right? And you've heard of home, you've heard of everything that it has to offer and seeing family, but not really knowing them, right? And so all the excitement that's building up, and we're really disappointed in not being able to make it last year, but this year we've already planned it out, and just having that opportunity to see reality. So many times we've been socialized and conditioned against what is truly a part of who we are, and no differently than what we see now in the United States, how we're afraid to even go in our own communities. We're afraid to support our own businesses, because this idea that it's less quality, go to our own restaurants, things like that, right? Because that's a part of the socialization of the culture that we live in. But we have to embrace the difference. We have to embrace and recognize that it's nothing like what we've been socialized in, and it's not supposed to be like that, right? Because it gives us our identity. It helps us to understand who we are and where we come from, and then empower us for where we're going.
Absolutely. I could not agree more. I definitely was thinking about that when he was talking about the preconceived notions. I was like, well, we live with those here too, where there's definitely preconceived notions. And I think the common thread there is media. And we are very well aware that the people who run the media do not look like us, not mainstream media. And so I think that has a lot to do with it, telling stories that aren't yours through a very marginalized lens for sure makes a difference. So listen, I am so excited that we got to start this journey. I believe this will be the first of many international interviews for sure. As we said, our brothers and sisters of the diaspora are worldwide. Believe it or not, while I lived in Korea, I met several generations in Black Asians, and it was beautiful. So I would love to get some of them on the show. So this is a teaser. Baba Muhammad has an amazing story. And just hearing how he kind of stumbled his way into kind of his calling, showing people his country from unfiltered eyes, I think is really, really beautiful. So I can't wait to hear part 2.
I know.
Story. I'm super excited about it. And I'm actually going to let you close this out, but I just want to remind the people that you can be a part of this. You don't have to sit and watch. You can physically be a part of this, whether you have a business, whether you have a product, or whether you want to be interviewed. All of that information is below. The TAP family, the Abolitionist Pledge, is excited about connecting with you. So I'm glad that you got a chance to sit with us a little bit with part 1, and we are looking forward to seeing you guys for part 2.
And once again, don't forget to sign the pledge and join the abolitionist move, because it is a movement and it's here to stay. Join Top Entrepreneurs. If you have a resource, if you have a business, if you have a product, join the community. Get in now, right? Where you can really start to grow generational wealth. So Lady A, this has been a great conversation. We're looking forward to a part 2 and possibly a part 3.
Yes, absolutely. I'm here for all of it. All of it. Thank you guys so much for having us. Thank you, Dr. Sir, for letting me interview and co-host with you today. And of course, big shout out to our founder, John Smith, for having this vision to bring us all together and using the power of social media to do so. Until next time, guys, take care. Thank you.